Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is Saturday somewhere. It's like 12 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
or 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, true. And it's BOLO Day. I'm all off my game today. And every Saturday we go and we give you a deep dive into various things that we've sold and tell you why they sold and how you can find them out there. And Mr. Magazine, take it away.
All right. Picked this up from a ex-employee of mine whose father gave them to him. He had them when he was a kid. 1971 Kellogg's 3D Baseball Superstars, a complete high-grade set. I think I took a $12.75 offer on that. So not too shabby. It's high-grade. It's complete. It's got all the key stars in there, and it's probably something to send into PSA and get, maybe 5, 6, 7 grades out of it.
A couple of quick things on that set.
Sure.
Be very careful if you're buying that set out there because those cards crack very easily. And one problem is people will get them graded and then they crack in the holder.
Yes.
So that's a big problem as well.
So,
and
pretty clean.
That's 71. If I remember my card history correctly, that was a year that you could not order the complete set. I believe that was the year you couldn't get it, so you had to build it from boxes. So it's a tougher set to build versus the years around it. And I believe 71 has a fair number of errors in it, if I remember right, where they changed things in the back and everything. So a master set is very, very difficult to build because some of those errors are quite rare.
Sure.
Wow, I really had no friends back in high school.
Huh. Next up.
Why should high school be any different? Yeah, go ahead, say it.
Exactly. No, it doesn't look like much. It used to be probably $200.
I was just going to say, that's a low price on that.
It used to be $200 then, but COVID hit and it came back up. And this is probably VG, but I went for $68. Something you can find out there. They're not rare by any means. Hard to get a high grade on it because of the black border. But certainly something you can find out.
And be careful if you do see these in high grade. People used to try to color the corners in.
True, yeah. All right, next up. I collected Griffey when I was a kid. I had this card raw.
Wow.
I had it raw. I sent it in graded, and it came back in 8. I'm like, big deal. Well, apparently it's a super rare card they find in general, and even harder to find in high grade, so I end up getting 900 out of it.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool. It's not a rookie or anything like that. It's a 1996 card, so, but it is a refractor, Topps Chrome, so.
Was that one of those years? Because I never could tell the refractors in the first year. Did they finally change the refractor so you could see them better, or they set a refractor on the back?
They lightened up the border so that you can get that rainbow finish. They see it a little easier now. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Next up, you would think I'm paper boy with this, but I am Mr. Magazine. Troward comments on the Psalms 1924 hardcover religious. Now, I don't know for sure, but I think this book was from that one deal that you passed on. I bought it for like $150. Remember all those books and stuff? I think it came from that. I'm not sure, so you can't get mad at me, but you can get mad at yourself for not buying it. But nevertheless, I made my money back on this book.
Wow.
And I didn't know what it was or,
Now, how did they figure the price out?
They would have terapeaked it. If it's not on Amazon, they would have listed on Amazon if they found the exact version of it. If not, then they would have gone on eBay and terapeaked it. Or somewhere, A-Leaders or something like that, sure.
Wow.
So, I didn't even know until it sold. I didn't even know he listed it. It was just in a box of books that I handed him. Very cool. Next up, I continue to grade items like cards and magazines and comics, and this Playboy just came back after about a year and a half, and came back in 9.0, and I got $550 out of it. It's a 1956 July Playboy.
Third year, yep.
Yeah,
and what grade? 9.0. Okay, nice.
High grade. Yeah.
That was very high grade, yeah.
And there was no comps. I was just guessing. I think I put it up for $550, and that's what it went for. So. I could have left some money on the table, but again, there's no comps.
Well, then again,
and
it did go at auction too.
Right,
so
exactly. Yeah. All right. Here is a Patrick Waugh, Canadians autographed street goalie helmet, full size. It's plastic, but I got this from my cousin who got it signed like 20 years ago or something like that, and it went for $250.
Now, what is a street goalie helmet for people out there? Of course, I know, but other people.
I think it's just a plastic, cheaper version of the heavier metal or sturdier ones they use there. Because to me, that's all it felt like, a plastic helmet.
Okay.
So
yep.
Maybe they use those rubber balls when they're playing in the street or something like that. I have no idea. But never seen Patrick Waugh on the street, but hey.
You don't think he models it out on the street?
He could have been, peddling pennies on a corner. I have no idea. Last up, another graded item I sent out, the Betty Page View magazine. Let's see, is there a year on this? 1956, April 1956. So this came back in 8.5. And I think I threw this up for $350 or $400, and it went for $510. So very cool.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool digest.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Wow, you brought the noise. And
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm trying to make up for lost
to bring
time.
us back down to earth, we will bring in the paper toys. So the first item over here, I laughed because I picked this up. For some reason, I always think of one of our good subscribers, Dawn, when I see Canadian things out there. And this was the week that I went to the public market, flea market, and I bought 2 items for $1 a piece. I bought Sports Illustrated for Kids with the Mantle Jackie Robinson cards that I put in my collection. I paid $1 for that,
Yeah.
and I paid $1 for this. This sold in 2 weeks for $28. Can't argue with that. Literally, all it is for British Columbia, Canada, Garibaldi news.
Can you chime in for a second,
Sure.
please? Hold on. I just want to think about Dawn for a minute.
There you go.
Okay, next.
All it is it tells that little area over there and talks about the ski lodges and all that stuff. 1974, these things are out there. I mean, somebody or other probably was a skier, went up there and just kind of, for the season, grabbed that there and brought it home, and it ended up here.
Can't be many out there.
Yeah, and to get $28 for it, I was more than happy to get that out there. So if you happen to be a Canadian subscriber, keep your eyes open for things like this. You can sell them. Next item up. This next item shows why we do everything at auction. 4 bids, $41. I actually picked up a number of them from 1981. They did 4 a year, and I picked up the entire year. This one went for 41, one went for 28, one went for 32, and one went for 38.
Amazing.
So, I picked up $120 off of the 4 issues from that year. And what they are is they're for AT&T, like an employees type magazine, to that section of AT&T. I think I paid something or other on these I paid 50 cents a piece, something or other like that. But I think at the whole flea market I paid like $100. So I got my money out of the whole flea market with these 4 items.
Nice.
But that's why we always put everything up auction first, because I would not have listed this at $41 on its own. Would not have done so. Westerns are dead, generally speaking, except Bonanza. Bonanza is one of the only Westerns that will still sell. A great photo cover, $24. And I bought this out at Madison Bachville the June one, and I think I paid $1 or $2 for it, something like that, because I know that Bonanza sold. You can find them out there, buy them. And again, I'm sure that's, it's VG overall, spine and corner wear. I'm sure that's above guide or above what you would expect to get for it.
So,
Yeah. So do buy Bonanza. The stuff does sell. Another thing that you should buy is when you go to church sales, buy Bun Coffee decanters, easy pour, new old stock, unused original box. $24. It was at a church sale, fill a bag. And I said, well, that's still new old stock, so I'll buy it. Church sales are great places to go to because you get the opportunity to go outside of your comfort zone because you're not really risking anything. Right. When you're filling a bag for $5 and you find some things that you know are going to sell, throw stuff like this in the rest of the bag because you absolutely never know. Not that I'm going to become a Bun Coffee decanter guy, but you never know.
Yeah.
You just can find things like this out there. The next item we have over here, Farm Journal, June 1964. H.C. Winans. I got a little confused where I go, hardcover, what am I talking about? It's H.C. Winans, Dutchess County, New York. This magazine is readily available, and this magazine actually sells. I think I picked up a pile of about 10 of them at the flea market about a month and a half ago. I've sold 4 of them so far, which is pretty good sell-through for magazines.
Unless someone came in and they wanted 50 cents a buck, but I mean, I don't see them out there, and if I did look somewhere, I probably would buy them.
Yep, Farm Journal is actually from the 60s. They actually do sell. It's a magazine that I kind of keep my eyes open for. Fairly readily available, well, here, because there are a lot of farms around here, and I would think in the Midwest probably going to be available as well. So definitely do pick this magazine up if you're in farm country. Or if you're in Manhattan and somebody happens to have it for sale at a garage sale, pick it up.
Yeah, why not?
Rather unlikely, though. But if you are in Manhattan, you may find this. New York Times World's Fair section, March 5th, 1939, George Washington Art Deco. $48 out of the section for the newspaper. The crazy thing about it is, what do you think the March 5th, 1939 entire paper, including this, is worth? Probably $48.
Yeah,
It might be worth $100, but what are people going to ask on it? $48. I wanted to bring this up for a couple of different reasons. Number one, of course, we got our favorite keyword, Art Deco. Must have some Art Deco ads and stuff in it. Yeah, kind of neat looking over there. But the other reason I want to bring this up is this just goes to show that years ago I would have asked $20 on that, and it probably would have sold for $20.
Yeah.
Now I'm asking $48 on it, and it sold for $48. If it's not something that's readily available, ask your price on it. I do take offers on it, so the person could have made me an offer had they wished to do so.
Yeah.
But it's not a common item by any means whatsoever. Why sell it for $20 if you feel it's worth more than that? You know, and it gets the Art Deco collectors, gets the World's Fair collectors, gets the George Washington collectors.
Yeah.
So it hits a lot of different target categories. So hopefully that helps you some, and hopefully all the target categories do something for us.
I hope so.
What would that be?
Hit the like button.
Oh, good guess.
Getting there.
All right, we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.